Good to see you again. It's been a few since I've seen you last, but it is a beautiful day. I hope you didn't miss me too much. I can see the flies and mosquitoes did though. Get out of here! Anyways, I'm up here on the mountains and I intend to spend the night with the bugs. The sun's about to set. Probably another 2 hours of actual light left. An hour of the sun beaming down on me. And I sure hope it gets a little cold tonight. It's supposed to get down to 5 degrees Celsius, I think. So that should bode well in terms of bugs. I don't have any bug spray. All I brought is a bug coil. And this should be a good one. Now, I just gotta look around and find a good place to set up. No tent tonight, just a tarp, so I'm really counting on the temperature to go down a bit. But we will see. We will see. What do you say, bugs? You guys excited to be out here? I sure am. It's a little party, isn't it? It is Friday night after all. Okay, so I'm in the approximate area where I'm going to set up, and I want to get either the coils going or the fire going as soon as possible, because when I stop, here, let me show you. They're pretty small, so I don't know if you can see them. Yeah. It is a party up in here. Ow. Mosquitoes, little red flies, not sure what they are. So, not so worried about the flies, they don't bite. But mosquitoes, get out. Let's move around a bit, shall we? Whew. Okay, so what I'm like I said, I don't have a tent, so ideally I want to find a good place to set up a fire and then a tarp nearby. Well, a tarp, probably in a lean-to config, and then the fire right in front, maybe to dissuade the bugs to attack me through the evening. And as you can see, there's a bunch of rock here, which is good for the fire. So probably somewhere down here, actually. This is near or right where I've camped before. Ah, yes. There's the old fire pit. Bonus. Well, we'll see if there's a good place to set up my bedding and tarp there. But I am here on a Friday night. Came straight after work. It's mid-June, I think. What is it? End of June. So right in that sweet spot where the bugs are hatching. It's gotta be my favorite time of year. You don't feel alone, for one. And just the hum of them next to your ears is it's therapeutic, really. I could just stand here all night. Go away. Go away. Okay. So right here, it's a good flat spot. Where can I tie up the tarp though? All right, let me do some thinking here. Maybe light a coil or two and check back with you there. Holy crap. They look like they're coming out of my camera. Ah! Oh. There we go. Light up the coils! Everybody! Under heavy attack! Ah. One more. Oh man. Okay. Come hither, my friends. Come near the smoke. Well, the truth is, I've never been up here this time of year. Not once. And so all the snow has melted pretty much and collected into little pools everywhere. And you better believe they're just teeming with bugs. And as I'm coming through the bushes and everything, I'm sure I'm attracting them by the thousands. Okay, let's get this over here. And let's do one more. This is probably the worst episode of bugs that I've ever had. This sure beats last year. Although last year was, I think, worse because it was pure mosquitoes. There was no flies. Just getting eaten alive. And now I know why it's dumb to go tarp camping this time of year. But we're gonna get a good fire going, and we're gonna be rid of these guys. I don't even. I wonder if I even need a tarp tonight. It's not supposed to rain. It's gonna be clear. It's gonna be warm tomorrow. We'll see. We will see. Might even leave that till dark. I don't know. I don't know. this is how I wanted to spend my Friday. That's what I thought about this morning when I woke up. Let's sit on a rock and engulf myself with anti-bug smoke. Alright, I think, oh yeah, I'm getting eaten. I think I shall make a fire as soon as possible. Oh, I'm gonna go put on my sweater. Oh, there we go. Now, hopefully they can't bite through. And I just gotta worry about this beautiful mug getting bitten. Okay, well, I guess I'll get my saw out and start sawing some wood. Get a little fire going. Now, I've stated this before in one of my previous videos. This area is not a lot of dead standing because it gets pretty windy up here, but there's a ton of dead wood on the ground. So not the greatest to burn, but sometimes you can find a good piece that's nicely seasoned. So I'll go have a look. I see a nice piece over there actually. You see it right in the center of the camera? Oh yeah. But that's up a little bit of a rock face, so last resort. Okay, Mr. Saw. Let's go. You know, I'm not really gonna worry about getting big wood yet. I think what I'll do is just find little pieces here and there, just enough to get it going, and then once sort of the bugs have dissipated, hopefully, then I go out and get more. Got plenty of time. Sun is behind the trees. Nope, behind some clouds, and then behind the trees probably in about 15 minutes to a half an hour. So let's get some small wood, let's start the fire, and get a start on this wonderful evening. Let's do it. Let's do it! Well, there's a bit of scrap wood, or leftover wood, that was obviously charred from an old fire pit, or I guess my old fire pit. Now that the snow has receded, it reveals all sorts of good stuff. Okay, here's some wood in here. That's what I want right there. This guy. Perfect. Quest for wood. A quest for good wood. There's a nice piece. Ugh. Just a couple small pieces. Let's light this fire. Let's do it. Let's do it. So to take this stuff and break it down into a nice little bundle. These pine twigs are great. Actually, you know what? These aren't pine. Are they? Oh, I got them underneath that cedar. Oh no, it's a pine. Yeah, cedar twigs aren't like this. Oh boy. So, I hope you guys have been well. I've been itching to get out here for weeks. Last video was the 5 days I spent in Alberta. I have been camping since, and I did bring my camera. But I don't know. It was just kind of like a family camping trip. My wife and a few friends. So sometimes you just gotta stop filming and enjoy the sights, you know. But it's an absolute thrill to be out here again. Bugs or no bugs. Let's get this fire going. Shall we? Oh. Now, do I have enough sticks? Kindling. This is kind of wet. Just a tad wet. Let's see here. Stick, stick, stick. That is damp and slightly rotten, but it will burn. Ah! Strange. I wonder why all these are wet. It hasn't rained in a while. Maybe the morning dew? Who knows? Oh boy. Okay. That should be okay. Trusty fire starter. This stuff is great. What a catch! A sick catch, bro. Okay. Can you see this? Yes, you can. And I mean, if you're diligent with your fire prep, these things will last you a while. $2, I think, at the store. And these have helped me get really good fires going when it's soaking wet. Yeah, the ground's a little damp, so hopefully that's not causing a problem for me. Yeah, that's a smoky fire. Whole bunch of this this bark, put that in, it's nice and dry. Ow. Yeah, it's wet, but that's all right. I think this will do. That'll do just nicely. Oh yeah, I can see all the moisture coming right out of the wood. But that's why you get fire starter. Ugh. I would love to start practicing the fire drill some more. In fact, maybe later tonight or tomorrow I'll give it a shot, but I'm not seeing much wood that'll help me. Upon doing a little research, pine is not good. And that's what I was trying last time. Pine is not good. And the reason, even if the wood's seasoned, is there's a lot of tar or resin in pine. So I'm told, and obviously when you smell pine you can tell. But cedar apparently is a good wood to use for, I guess, the baseboard, which makes sense. It's a softer wood, and apparently not as resinous, which is weird because it's got a strong smell to it. So, but there are some cedars around here. So one of these days, if not this time, I'll give it a shot. Another go. I just think that's so cool, making natural fires like that. Props to all you folks who can do it. But one of these days, I will do it. I will do it. It is wonderful to get back out here. Such a contrast. Working in an office like I do, then coming out here. Such a wonderful contrast. The smoke's helping me so much right now. There was 1,000 bugs and now there's no bugs. So yeah, we'll see about my shelter tonight. Nice flat spot right here. Who knows, I might just sleep under the stars. We'll see. I don't know. I've actually never done that before, and this time of year there's going to be a lot of dew. So you gotta watch out for that. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how things progress. We'll see how the night goes. There is a level of comfort having a tarp over your head, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. I did actually come very close to sleeping under the stars with no tarp I think it was last winter. And last minute I decided, you know what, let's put up the tarp. You know, I knew it was going to be a clear out, nice starry night. And when I woke up, the tarp and some of my sleeping bag that wasn't covered was just covered, like caked in frost. So good thing I set that up. But frost is one thing, dew is another. So we'll see. We'll see. We will see. There's nothing like just the sound of birds. That's it. Beautiful birds, serenade me with your lovely music. Sing me a tune, little birdies. Oh. Oh yeah, I can see my breath a little bit. And the bugs certainly have dissipated. It's not just because of the fire. I am well away from the smoke. Oh. Aha. The culprit of the bug infestation. There it is. Spawning by the millions. Yeah, like I said, I'm up in the mountains, so temperature is supposed to drop quite a bit more than down below, obviously, which is good. I've got a good sleeping bag with me. Got an air mattress, though I think I'm pretty sure it has a hole in it. And just a tarp. Oh man. Man, it's good. Good to get out again. Here is what we're gonna do before it gets dark. I mean, we still got like an hour of daylight left, but let's collect some wood, some bigger wood. That way, if we kind of need it throughout the night, which I think I might, just to keep, you know, the boogeyman away, as they say. Let's go get some bigger wood, so it'll last a bit longer. I did see some fallen logs over here. Actually, there's a nice piece right there. Just kind of a dead stump here. Oh, this one is already a bit rotten, but that might burn. Oh. Okay, what else do I need here? For my dinner tonight, I'm gonna need a bit of a spit or something to hang my meat on. And to do that, I'll need to elevate the stick. So maybe I should find some sizable rocks. Well, this is a pretty sorry wood collection, but that's okay. There is plenty of wood within 20 meters or so around me that I can easily get in the dark, so it's not a concern. For now, it's time to unleash probably my favorite and most exciting piece of kit that I bought in quite some time. Y'all know what this is, but for me, I've been waiting for this for well over a year now. No more back pains. No more, hey, you know, one of these days I'll get a chair. No more, hey, I seem to have found a perfect campsite because there's a place to sit down. Now, everywhere is a perfect campsite because I'll always have this with me. Finally, I have a chair. If you saw my last video, I was using it there, but if you didn't, here is your first intro to Nigel being comfortable. Now that is one hell of a piece of equipment. One hell of a piece of equipment. Now we're camping. Now we are camping. And the skeeters are back out. Wonderful. Just as I get down to relax. But highly recommended if you've got the disposable income to worry about things like comfort in the woods. Get a chair, why don't you? Hey, treat yourself. Do yourself a favor. Get a chair. Yeah, we'll see about tonight. We will see. It would be kind of cool sleeping under the stars. The stars around here aren't the greatest because we got a lot of light pollution around here from the nearby cities. But I'll be under the stars nonetheless if I do decide that. It'll be interesting if I do decide to do that. It will be interesting indeed. I think I might just lay the mattress right here, pretty much right where I'm sitting. Use this rock as sort of a headrest. And, might even consider moving this fire over a bit, but, the world is my oyster at this point. Oh boy, they're coming back. Let's get these coils back up and running. That's the thing, if you don't have the little stand that these go on, they go out real quick. Yeah, this is definitely tent weather. This is the part of the season where tents become very useful. Very, very useful. Put that right there. So for dinner tonight, I have Spanish rice and bacon. It's kind of a weird combination, but anything goes with bacon. Ice cream and bacon, fries and bacon, lettuce and bacon, cucumbers and bacon, Spanish rice and bacon. So we're going to try that out tonight. Sing to me, little birdie. Well, as you can see, there's a lot of good wood in here, and I would like to harvest it. Oh man, this thing's quite large and quite rotten, but it should burn nicely. Rotten, but whoa, as you can see on the inside, that's still good wood. Still decent wood. And the bright side of this is it's easy to cut through. But it's not going to burn for long. But whatever. It's readily available. Oh. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. That low humming noise. I think that's a grouse. Fairly certain that's a grouse. Ooh, 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 ooh. Uh-oh. That was a mistake, taking the saw out. Now I can't get it back in. I'm risking bending the blade. Oh man. Okay, all that for nothing. All right, I'm gonna work away at some of this wood here. A lot of it's pretty rotten, but as I said, it'll still burn. There we go. Another piece for the collection. Oh. And I think that should do it for now. I got another big piece I put next to the fire. I'll show you that. Jeez, there's a lot of planes around here. Okay. I got this big mama. And, oh. That. As I mentioned earlier, I need like a good sort of spit to hang my bacon on, and I was gonna prop up some rocks and everything, but this might just do nicely, at least do what I need it to do. That's great. I'll just need to shave off some of the rotted, dirty parts of the wood, and then we're good to go. Get that out of the way for now. Let's put this newfound piece of wood on the fire, shall we? yeah. I love getting a good hot fire going. That way you can put anything on it and it'll still burn. In this case, a little bit of rotted wood. Oh. Now that I'm heating up, I feel everywhere. Every spot where the mosquitoes got me, I'm feeling it. And it's taken every ounce of willpower to not itch. I've heard this. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that if you get eaten alive enough, that your body becomes immune to the itchiness. I don't know if I'm willing to go through the pain to get to that level, but that level would be awesome. That's like a superpower. That's like superhero status when you got that. Impervious to mosquito bites. Yeah. Guys, the way this night's going, I'm not putting up that tarp. Not putting up the tarp. Just gonna sleep underneath the beautiful sky and see how it goes. Be my first time doing that. Did I mention that already? I'm not sure. Mosquitoes are still out. Just a few of them. There's a dead fly in my hair. I must have swatted it. The time is, let's take a look-see, just after 9 o'clock. Still quite a bit of light out. That won't be the case in about 15-20 minutes. Not very hungry yet, so probably a late dinner tonight. It is Friday after all. It is the weekend. It is the weekend. I got to do this more often. It's a really easy place to get to. It's like a half an hour, 40-minute hike up here. It's even worth doing a hike up and down in one day, rather than doing an overnight. I think I'm going to do that more often. I think. Don't hold me to it, but I think. Because once you're up here, I mean, just listen to it. You see? Beautiful. Well, night is coming in. The darkness is coming. So what do you say we remove these mosquito coils and check to see if this is going to be a comfortable place to set up the bedding. So ideally I would like to be closer to the fire. So yeah, let's try it out. And to save my clothing from getting a little bit dirty, let's make use of the tarp. Let's see here. You know what? That is actually pretty good. Oh. That is pretty decent. Pretty decent. There's a slight discomfort where my back is. Go away, mosquitoes. It's time for bed. And there's a rock right here. Now I've gathered some boughs, not a whole lot, but some. just a handful. And I'll use these just sort of to fill in the gaps where I'm not getting some back support. Now I do have an air mattress, so I'm going to blow that up. Let's get this tarp sort of laid out a bit better. Sort of like that. Now, as I said, I think there's a hole in this air mattress, because every time, well, in the last 2 or 3 camping trips, when I wake up, this thing's pretty much empty. So, one way I can test for holes is either holding, where I suspect a hole might be up to my face, so I can hear, or I can feel the, or maybe even hear the air blowing through the hole, or if I'm really rambunctious and adventurous, I could use a little bit of soap water to usually put a little bit of soapy water near the seams, near possible obvious places where a hole might be. And if I see bubbles bubbling up, then I know that's where the hole is. You know what, that's not bad. I'm a little bit leaning this way, but I've had much worse, and I kind of want to be close to the fire. Not for any reason particularly, it's not going to be cold. I don't need it for warmth. But one good thing about the wood that I'm using is, as you can hear, it doesn't really pop. It doesn't really crackle too much. So I'm not too worried about embers blowing or popping over to me. So that's one reason why I kind of want to be next to the fire. Also, if I'm going to be camping like a cowboy without any tarp overhead, may as well be close to the fire, be some comfort. And for I think my first night without any sort of shelter over top of me, a nice fire next to me will go a long way. Who knows, it might even dissuade the odd cougar from coming over here. But I think what I'll do when I'm cooking is get all this bedding out of the way, and then it won't reek of food throughout the night. Starting to get hungry a bit. Just a bit. Just a little bit. But I think I might put some boughs over here just to sort of even out this slant. But this is camping, ladies and gentlemen, this is camping. Oh yeah. It is time to start thinking about dinner. And as I said, dinner consists of bacon, so we're going to get that going. So I've got these 2 logs here. Hopefully they don't catch fire. But I've got them set up so I can perhaps drape some bacon on this little cross beam. I got some bacon here, a paper bag. I dropped that on the ground. Should be able to still eat that, right? All right. Let's give that a whirl. Alright, well, we got the rice here. Rice has been ready for a couple minutes now. Let's get the lid back on for just a moment. It's the bacon that's taken a bit longer than I expected, which is fine. It is challenging to get the heat consistent. Let me get my head in frame here. Oh yeah. But, you know what? This bacon is, you know what, it does need a bit more time. It's a tad raw. I see one piece is actually ready, so why don't we get dinner started, shall we? It's a little late. We're going to be digesting for a while, well into the morning. Ugh. Oh boy. Let's get this chair a bit closer. To drink with dinner tonight is a Fat Tug IPA. It sounds hilarious, but that's really what it's called, Fat Tug. It's got a picture of a little tugboat. This is from Driftwood Brewery here in Vancouver. Nope. Correction, in Victoria. My bad. Victoria, BC. So across the way, across the pond, on the island. If you haven't seen my Tofino video, I suggest you, or I recommend that you check that out. The island is absolutely stunning. Vancouver Island. And if you get a chance to go to Tofino, I would highly recommend that. Anyways, let's first let's get this chair situated because it's sitting on some uneven ground. There we go. It's a little better. Okay. Ow! It's hot. Get one piece of bacon in the rice. There we go. It's nothing special. Just a bit of Spanish rice with a little bacon. Let's have a taste of the rice. Now for the bacon. That's bacon. Oh, that's hot. Oh. And to soothe the burning tongue, a slightly cold fizzy drink. Guys, thank you for joining me again on another excursion. It's been a few, but we're back. Here's to all of you for sticking with me. Cheers to you. Oh. IPA, it's an acquired taste, I'll admit. The first time, excuse me, the first time I tried an IPA, I was revolted. I was convinced it wasn't beer. But you really gotta, it's because there's that bitter taste, right? But you really gotta hang on to the that fruity taste when you first take a swig. When you take a sip, there's that sort of sweet fruity taste, and you hang on to that and you ignore the bitterness. And then as time goes on, you learn to appreciate the bitterness. I know that sounds silly, but that's what an acquired taste, I guess, is. You sort of ignore the bad flavors, and eventually you start liking it. I've been noticing there's a ton of dew falling right now. My camera's getting soaked. Anything that's out in the open is just getting covered in dew. I left my there's a bit of my tarp out that's exposed. It's kind of hanging on a branch right now. And within half an hour, it was soaking wet with dew. So, you know, we're gonna face the dew head on. We're here for one night. One night planned, anyway. I'm willing to go to battle with the dew. What's the worst it can do? I was going to save a little bit of bacon for tomorrow, but I don't want to have raw bacon throughout the night, so in the spirit of keeping my campsite clean of food residue and smell, we're going to eat it all tonight. And then I'm going to burn the paper bag and the wax paper that I was in, just to get rid of all the smell. I'm going to finish this up. Let those enzymes do their work, you know? And I'll check back with you in a bit. This is so good. Well, folks, here I am. No roof above, as promised, and a good fire next to me. This is camping. Oh man, the ground is a little uneven, but that's okay. That is all right. The moon's coming out, so it's going to give me some light, which is nice. Oh. That bacon's going to be rumbling in my tumbly all night long, which is what I want. It's going to keep me nice and warm. Temperature's dropped quite a bit, actually. I don't know if you can see my breath. But, and like I said, the dew is coming down pretty heavy as well. Camera is pretty soaked, and the tarp was soaked when I laid it out to set up my bedding. But it doesn't matter because I'm nice and comfy inside the sleeping bag. Hopefully the ants and the spiders leave me alone tonight. I've seen a number of little spiders crawling around, and that's sort of the time of year, really. This is the time of year where the bugs are out and about. And I can guarantee they'll be crawling on me as I sleep, but that's cool. as long as I'm sleeping while that happens. The not the last video, but the video before that, I woke up with a spider on me. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Likely it will. Oh man. I've got enough wood on the fire to last me at least another couple hours. Just a bunch of long branches, I guess, or stumps. I've also got a rock heating next to the fire in case it gets cold enough that I need hot rocks, which I doubt will be the case, but why not? This marks the first time. I say again, this marks the first time. No shelter. Just camping out next to the fire. I may not be saying this in the morning, but this is awesome. This is camping. Oh boy. The rock behind me is propping up my head perfectly, as if there's a pillow. Oh. If any spiders do decide to crawl on me, hopefully they don't bite me. Anyways, guys, I'm all set up, and I'm getting tired. Hang on. And the allergies have kicked in, so that is a sign that I need to go to bed. I will see you all in the morning. Hopefully I sleep well. Good night, everybody. Wish me luck. Pray that I don't get soaked. Good night. I'm sliding off the air mattress. Good morning. Well, that was a terrible sleep. I just couldn't fall asleep for some reason. It wasn't all that uncomfortable, although when I finally did fall asleep, I ended up waking up with a really sore body, and there's a nice little rock right in the middle of my bedding. So it's about 8:30, so slept in a touch. It's misty. It's misty this morning. I'm up in the Misty Mountains. Seems to be helping the mosquitoes, keeping the mosquitoes down, which is nice. But I'm gonna get up and make some coffee. I'm parched. No breakfast this morning, just coffee. Just a cup of coffee, that's it. Yeah, I was still awake when it started to get light out. Just could not fall asleep. Maybe I'm better suited for a sheltered bed. Oh, let me get my cup. Boy, oh boy, am I parched. I suppose I could use some of the snow that's around here, but the thing about old snow is it's everything that you don't want to have in your water will be concentrated in that pack of snow. There's also a bunch of puddles of water, some small little ponds around, but again, I'm sure it'd be fine if I boiled it, so I suppose it would be good for coffee, but on a trip like this one, where I'm going to be leaving in the next hour or so, there's no point. No point in taking the risk. I'm planning a multi-day camp the beginning of July, so hopefully that works out. I bought a bunch of new batteries, so I should be able to film it all. Pretty excited about that. I'm really going to need to strategize about my food though, because it's not only is it a multi-day hike, or trip potentially, but there's it's in bear territory. There's grizzly bear and obviously probably more black bear than grizzly, and but at any rate, I'll need to think about having a good bear bag set up and just refrain from foods that are going to be creating a lot of delicious smells. And make sure that the containers that I bring them with are either burnable or sealable. Like the paper bag and wax paper that I carried the bacon in. Stuff like that. Although traveling with that is not the smartest thing. The sun's going to be burning through these clouds real quick. It's starting to get really bright. Kind of glad actually that it's not sunny. Or else those mosquitoes would be eating me alive right now. Fire's still smoking just a touch, so that worked out well. Still a good amount of wood on that fire too. This chair makes all the difference in the world, I'll tell you. This area is just covered in huckleberry bushes. I can see the huckleberries are coming in too. You know, if I move the bed a couple feet to the left, I probably would have had a way better sleep. But no, I had to be close to the fire. Oh, that hits the spot. Nothing like a good coffee in the morning. Nothing like a good coffee after a 3-hour sleep. I've got my eye on a couple of dogs in the in one of the shelters near where I live. So I think Monday I'm gonna go visit the shelter and see if the dog's still there. It's a puppy. It's a cross between Border Collie and German Shepherd. I wanted to maybe try and get a dog that doesn't shed, but I'm wondering now that if a dog doesn't shed, and you can maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have a breed that doesn't shed, they don't generally have a warm enough coat to be in cold temperatures. Kind of stands to reason that they wouldn't, since they're not bulking up their fur throughout the season. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if the dog's still there. If it is, that would be a miracle, because it seems like that dog would go in seconds. It's I think it's only 11 weeks old. That's the one added bonus about not setting up a shelter of any sort, is pack-up time is super easy. Nice and quick. I appreciate that they make this case a little bit bigger than it probably needs to be, just so you're not struggling to pack away its contents after it's been used and not perfectly folded. Another bonus to a nice piece of kit. Well, that about does it for me on this one. I'm packed up and ready to go. That was a fabulous overnighter. Sleeping under the stars. You can't beat it. Sleep wasn't so good though, but hopefully we'll reverse that for the next one. Just a reminder, the next video should be a multi-nighter, so I'm super excited about that. I hope you are too. Until then, guys, take care, and I'll see ya on the next one. Bye, guys.